All right. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. I would like to greet you all with the greeting words of peace. We say it in the Arabic language of Assalamu alaikum. And for those who don't know, Assalamu alaikum simply means peace be unto you. Today we're going to deal with who is Master FARD Muhammad. We're going to have the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan answering some questions that I have noticed some people still have a problem dealing with and still a bit confused about. So I thought it would be fitting to let the minister break it down in a way that hopefully even a fool can understand. So I'm gonna play the audio. The minister answers some pretty good questions, and so I encourage you to take notes and jot down some of these points so we can not just get knowledge, but it says with all knowledge get understanding. Here we go. Check it out.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, we thank Allah for His coming in the person of Master FARD Muhammad, to whom praise is due forever. We thank Allah for His prophets and servants, for the scriptures that they brought. We thank Him for Moses and the Torah, for Jesus and the Gospel, and for Muhammad and the Quran. Peace be upon these worthy servants of Allah. If I lived to be 1,000, I don't think I would ever be able to thank Allah enough for His intervention in our affairs and for His raising up one from among us to lead, teach, and guide us into the path of Islam, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, His messenger to us, the Messiah. My dear brothers and sisters, thank you for your patience. I see a lot of questions, so I'm going to get right to the questions. Now, of course, every question that you ask can be answered short or long. So I'm going to try not to shortchange your question, but to answer it as succinctly but as fully as I possibly can. The first question is probably one of the hardest of the night. How did Allah God appear in the person of Master FARD Muhammad? Was Allah a spirit before entering? Wouldn't that make Allah a spook? Where is He now? And are we to pray and worship Master FARD Muhammad? All of these are very excellent questions. And they're not only questions on the mind of sincere and committed Muslims, particularly Orthodox Muslims, but they are questions on the mind of any believer in God. So let us get to the answer. First, we must understand the nature of this universe in which we live. Allah is the creator of all that we see. And there is a world that is seen, and there is a world that is unseen. Everything that you see is related to something unseen. You see the earth, but you don't see the power that controls the earth. Is that true? The Quran says that you see the planets floating on in their orbits. They're not upheld by any pillars, but yet they are upheld. And the power that upholds the planet that is seen is a power that is unseen yet real. Okay. Now, the majesty of the unseen is manifested by what you see. If you did not see the planet, see the sun, see the moon, see the stars, you would not look for the power that created it. So it is the seen that leads you to discover the unseen. Am I making sense? Now, when you look at the sun, 93 million miles from the earth, huge ball of fire, 856,000 miles in diameter. The sun is also moving by a power, but the power that moves the sun is unseen. But the sun represents the unseen power that you don't see, but is manifested through what you see. All right. The smallest particle of matter was known to be an atom. In the atom, there are electrons, neutron, proton, still particles of matter, so minuscule that you cannot see it with the naked eye. Now the scientists have broken the atom down into even smaller parts called a quark. This is what they call Q-U-A-R-K. But this is a tiny particle of matter, but yet even the tiniest particle of matter has an unseen force that is moving that matter. Okay, now that we clear that, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that the most mysterious force in the universe is electricity. You do not know the beginning of electricity, and you can't find the end of electricity, but electricity is in everything. But now, here we have lights. But these lights are manifestations of a power that is unseen. You can't touch electricity, but it is conducted through something that you see. The best conductor of electricity is gold and silver, but it's too expensive to put gold and silver in a building to conduct electricity, so they put copper wiring, right? Electricity does not wear out, but copper does. Talk to me. Okay, now, what am I saying? Even when the copper wears out and there's a shortage in the bulb, you don't say electricity has worn out. You just say the copper has worn out. We replace the copper, but you don't replace electricity. Come on, talk to me. All right, we're talking on God now. You cannot separate spirit from matter. Just like you cannot separate energy from form, matter. Well, then how do you separate spirit from that which manifests it? You can't do it. When you separate copper from the electricity, you don't have any more manifestation of the electric power. Even though the power is present, you can't see its presence or feel its presence until it is conducted through something. Master FARD Muhammad was born of a woman in 1877. Stop right there. Well, if this man was born in 1877, he cannot be the originator of the heavens and the earth. When we say our prayers, we say, surely I have turned myself to thee, O Allah, to him who originated the heavens and the earth. You didn't say to it who originated the heavens and the earth. You said what? To him. Him. This Quran is a book based on the highest principles of mathematics. The language of the Quran is mathematics. To thee, O Allah, to him who originated the heavens and the earth. You didn't say to it who originated the heavens and the earth. You said what? To him. Him. This Quran is a book based on the highest principles of mathematics. The language of the Quran is mathematical. If it came from God himself, surely God knows himself better than we know him. So if God uses pronouns, I, Allah, am the best knower. I, Allah, am the seer. Then he uses soft pronoun, we. The Bible uses us. Who is we? We spooks? We spirits? Or we men and women? You have been made so spooked up in your understanding of God. This is why you don't have the power as men to do what a man is supposed to do, because you are not really connected to God. You see God as some space cadet. The Bible says, let us make man in our image and after our likeness.
I want to pause us really quick and go over to our Savior has arrived from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I want to read from one of the chapters here. Can y'all see my screen? Our Savior has arrived. Check. Cool. All right. So let's read this together. He says, yesterday you could not find me. I was so wrapped in the mist that people were trampling on me, and they didn't know that I was down there in the mud. All praise is due to Allah. Check this out. Allah is all of us. But we have a supreme one that we can throw the name holy upon. He is Allah, the one over all of us, the most supreme one, the wisest one, the mightiest one, the one that sees and hears that which we can't see and hear. That is he. He is rooted in all of us. Check this out. Every righteous person is a God. We are all God. When we say Allah, we mean every righteous person. Before I go to this next piece, there's something that I want to highlight here, just so that we can get an understanding of when we say what we mean. All right. This was 1974. Well, at that time, we know Master FARD Muhammad had already departed. So keep that in mind. Look at what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad says about this. He says, Allah teaches me that he is a man, not something that is other than man. The Holy Quran refers to him in such pronouns, he and we, as you just heard the minister talk about, right? He, we. All right. Where's the part? Okay, let's keep going. There are so many of us who are ready to argue and dispute about the God. If you don't believe that he is a man, then bring me the one that you represent. You say, I don't believe in God being a man. Well, what do you believe in? Show me what you believe in. I can show you, my God. Show me yours. On the day of resurrection, the Bible and the Holy Quran teach us that we will be brought face to face with the true God. Now, here's the next piece I wanted to share. The evil one and the good one. This is going on today. Now, what year did I say? This was 1974. So he said this is going on today, my friends. If I preach to you that the white race is the devil, then where is the good God? Say that again. If I preach to you that the white race is the devil, then where is the good God? If this is the evil God, then where is the good one? What is he trying to tell us when he says we are Allah? Every righteous person is a God. We are all God. Then when he does the comparison, he says the right race is the devil. Then where is the good God? Then he said this is going on today, after he just said we're being brought face to face with the true God. Just things I'm highlighting. If you tell me that he doesn't have any form, then I say, how in the world can you prove to me that you are making me acquainted with a God? How can I see nothing? Some enemies of the true God, the visible God, have deceived you and are making you think that there is no such thing as a visible God. I want to say to you, my friends, if you don't have one that is visible, see Allah the visible way. The Bible and the Holy Quran teach you and me that on this day there is a man whom God chose for his last messenger. Whom have you benefited by other than a man? Do you sit and pray to the space and the sky to drop you down some wheat? You may look up that way, but the wheat comes out from under your feet. You don't plant wheat in the sky. You plant it in the earth and it comes up out of the earth. And the Holy Quran teaches us that we have root in the earth. Everything that breathes is Allah. Come on now, this right up in our book. This just a reminder. Everything that breathes is Allah's. Allah's. Out of it, the earth, comes our bread and meat, and out of it comes us. We come out of the earth. So why is this important to our life? What does this mean? How does this benefit us? If I know everything is Allah's or mine, what am I stressing about in life? Why would I think I would go without if everything is mine? I just have to line my mind up with who I am so that I can start to act on who I already am. Because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad did it smoothly. He would just say we acting other than ourselves. But if I'm God and I'm acting other than myself, what am I acting like? Who am I in that moment? So he says we come out of the earth. We don't drop down out of space, but all of us come up out of the earth. If we are born from some man and woman, they came from the earth. The very sperm that makes a human being appears out of the water and out of the vegetation of the earth. It didn't drop out of space. He says, I want to teach you who you are. So many people have been made blind, deaf, and dumb to the knowledge of God. Why are they made deaf and dumb to the knowledge of God? Because they are blind, deaf, and dumb to the knowledge of self. How can they know God? But Allah is here and has risen up in your midst by the power and wisdom of the Supreme, who is a man, to teach you the knowledge of self and the knowledge of God and devil. Some people don't want you to teach them who the devil is because they love the devil. They don't want to bear with me that this is the devil. But the Holy Quran teaches you and me and the Bible also. They don't want it translated into their language, but nevertheless, they didn't get all of this knowledge, all of this out of our knowledge. They are visible people. They are not invisible people. They are visible, and on the last day, these true people will be made manifest to you and me. Now, I'm going to stop right there. Well, nope. Let me continue right here. Your Lord is one Lord. If he were a spirit, he couldn't be one spirit because there are many spirits. Can you believe that your God is something that is not visible, but yet he has great interest in man's affairs? Who other than a man will care about your affairs? Take, for instance, the wild beasts. They don't care anything about you or me except to try and stay out of our way. Now, here is something standing out here with no form at all, and on the day of resurrection, we will see him, but nevertheless, he still will be invisible. He will be a spirit. We should get away from that. We used to not believe that man could go to the moon, but if he goes to the moon, that shows you that he is God and not the moon. And the flying apparatus that he made and went up there on. No one came down from the moon and taught him how to get up there. He was God enough in himself to fix up a machine that would take him to the moon. It was not an invisible God that taught him how to measure the distance. It was a visible God that taught him mathematics. You may ask me, well, why did we not know all of this? Because you were under an enemy of yours who wanted to make you ignorant so he could move you and me. That is why you are in such condition that you are now, because he actually made you like this. Now, let's bring some clarity to all of this from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Let me play a video just to remind us. Hold on now. Just to remind us. Here we go. Look at this right here.
Even when Master FARD Muhammad was still among us and the enemy jailed him, not that he didn't have power to stop it, he submitted to it and then sent for Elijah Muhammad that he might know the price of truth. And then Elijah Muhammad wrote, they ordered Master FARD Muhammad out of America, but they could not order his power out of America. Just because the physical presence of a man leaves, that don't mean his power leaves. So when I tell you we don't worship the flesh of Master FARD Muhammad, don't you call me no hypocrite and that I'm deviating from the message of my father and yours. If the flesh of Master FARD Muhammad will only be among us 400 years, then what will the children worship after that flesh is gone? It is not the flesh that make your God. It is the wisdom that makes you God, and wisdom is eternal until greater wisdom comes.
Wow. Wisdom is eternal until greater wisdom comes. Wisdom is eternal until greater wisdom comes. So it's not the flesh that necessarily makes you God. It is the wisdom. It just so happens that you don't get dark or black from white. White comes out of black. When we say black, we're not speaking of status law. We're not speaking of dead. Black in context is the essence from which all color comes from. However, we know as the original man, we can create, or not create, but make all colors. So we know that two white people getting together cannot produce a black baby. But two dark skinned, they can produce one that's light skinned, even that can produce one. They can produce one with blue eyes, and even one with blonde hair. This is what we see in albinos today. So it's not necessarily the flesh. This is why when people say, and I mean, I get it from their perspective, why everybody who lead light skin. Now this is just Brother Ben speaking. This is me. This is my perspective. Although we have had several, in my humble opinion, dark brothers that were powerful as well. If they light skin, so what? What does that matter? It's the wisdom anyway. And even the one who came to us, although he was not dark skinned, speaking of Master FARD Muhammad, he told us that the black man is God. He's the one who's given us that knowledge to remind you of who you are and what's already sitting up inside you. But it's not the skin color that makes you the supreme. It's the wisdom that makes you God. It's the wisdom that's eternal. So as the minister said, even if, okay, he get 400 years. Well, what about after the 400 years? Then what? So we're focused on just the flesh and flesh alone, meaning the color, then we looking for the wrong thing. So if the brother light skin, if the brother dark skin, if the brother brown skin, this is me personally, I wouldn't care. Is there resurrection taking place is what matters. Is there progress taking place in human life? That's ultimately what matters. Because ultimately, you also need to be looking in the mirror. You need to be looking in the mirror. So the minister says, a good leader takes you to God and leaves you there so that you depend on self and God. Because if I'm always only depending on something outside of myself, what about when that person or that finite being is gone? What you gonna do? What are you gonna do when the physical finite one is gone? So this is why he makes it clear in Message to the Black Man that spirit is dependent on the material, is not independent. But I bring that up because even the scripture says, don't you know you are the real temple of God and that the spirit dwells within you? The minister said, oh, when the minister leaves, if I catch you talking foolish, saying, oh, the minister is leaving, what are we going to do? He said, you sound like a disbeliever in God. God is not going anywhere. So I heard the minister say one time, If you got a people that are dead and you can only raise by Allah's permission, how can we say that Allah didn't visit us? I mean, if we just gonna be real, if I or you go to someone and we raise them up, was it us that did it, or was it Allah in our person? See, when a brother do something, when a sister do something, we don't say all praise is due to Sister Iris. We don't say all praise is due to Brother James. No, we say all praise is due to Allah, or all praise is due to God, or all praise is due to the Most High. Why? Why do we say that? Why do the Hebrew Israelites say it? Why? What is the point? Because it is Allah or the Most High that's working in the person of. That's the real Redeemer. It's the wisdom. So the minister broke down beautifully. He says you got the electricity is a mystery, just like almost like it's a mysterious, similar to God. It's like, oh, we're trying to figure this thing out. I can't see it. I don't know. Well, I know electricity is in the house when the lights is on. I know electricity is in the building. I know the light bill has been paid. Although I can't see the electricity, I know it's paid. Why? Because them lights is on. Well, how do you know when the God has visited us? When you have a dead people, a people that have been dead mentally and spiritually. When they have been raised, when people have came and couldn't raise them, couldn't heal them, couldn't redeem them, you know they have been touched by one who is supreme. When that knowledge, not a person, because a person can't go touch billions physically now, but that wisdom raised up millions. That's how you know God has came. So let's get back to the questions and answers from the minister, as he's going to take us a little further on into some questions many people have. Listen to this.
Are you made in the image and likeness of God? What are you? What are you? You a man? Oh, really? Sure you are. You are also a little God. You are the only creature in the universe that has the power to think, to vision, to will, and then bring into existence what you vision. The sun can't do it, the moon can't do it, the stars can't do it, the mountains can't do it, the lakes and the rivers can't do it. Man and woman is the supreme being. There is no existence on this earth greater than man. Everything that God created, he created to serve man and woman. You are the best of God's creation. Therefore the Quran says Allah made you in the best of molds. There's nothing greater than this. This is greater than mosques, greater than the Kaaba, greater than St. Peter's Basilica. But it is temporary like the copper. It wears out, but the spirit never wears out. This body is the best that God created, but it's not made to last forever. Yet God is the ever-living. He never dies. How then can he be a man? Men die.
Well, the Quran says when Allah created Adam, he called him Khalifa. Come on. What does Khalifa mean? I didn't write the book. The language says Khalifa means one who takes the place of another who has died. Khalifa means successor. How does God have a successor? We don't understand. The copper wire that we put up to replace the one that's burned out looks just like the one that was burned out. We ain't too fussy about the wire. We want the power in the electricity. All right, let's see now. Was Allah a spirit before entering? Allah doesn't describe himself as just spirit. What are his names? He has 99 of them. And some of the scholars say he has more than the 100. Each one of these attributes are characteristics of who? Of Allah. Do you wear Allah's name? Why? Why do you wear Allah's name? Are you Kareem? But he is Al-Kareem. Are you Hakim? The wise? He is Al-Hakim. He is the wise. Are you Rahman, the beneficent? He is Al-Rahman, the beneficent. He is the most of all that have beneficent. He is the most beneficent. He is the perfection of the attribute. But you can wear the attribute because you can manifest the attribute, but not to the excellent degree that he can. He's supreme among us all. Now. Why did we say Allah came in the person of Master FARD Muhammad? When you know that Allah's attributes are beneficent, merciful, the giver of life, the raiser of the dead, the grantor of security. He is Rabbil Alameen. He is the one who nurtures a thing and makes it attain stage after stage until it reaches its eventual perfection. And then some. He is the peace. He is the grantor of security. He's all of these wonderful things. He's the bountiful, but he's also the destroyer. He's the avenger. All of this is in you. It's in me. But you can only avenge and destroy to the limit of your power. Since he is all powerful, he can avenge all and destroy all. He. Here you and I were in America destroyed by Caucasian power and influence. And for 400 years, no leader had been able to rectify our condition. Master FARD Muhammad came. I never saw him. I never met him. But I am the beneficiary of his beneficence, his mercy, his knowledge, his power, his ability to give life, to raise the dead, the grantor of security. Here I am in the midst of my enemies, and a table is spread before me. None of you can claim to be my teacher. The world did not know what Master FARD Muhammad gave to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You just didn't know it. You didn't know there was life on 7 or 9 of the planets and they are inhabited by life. You didn't know that. till Elijah Muhammad said it. You didn't know that the moon was a part of the earth 66 trillion years ago until Elijah Muhammad said it. You didn't know the diameter of the universe until Elijah Muhammad said it. Now everything that he said, the scholars are bearing witness to it. And he only went to the 4th grade of school. Well, who taught him? You didn't teach him. I didn't teach him. The University of Chicago didn't teach him. Harvard didn't teach him. Oxford didn't teach him. So whoever taught him knows better than anyone else who teaches. So if Allah says, I am the best knower, then I got a right to say Allah came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. The power was in the vessel. We don't worship the flesh. We worship the knowledge, the wisdom, the power that is eternal. The flesh is going to die, but the power lives.
All right, let's rewind what he just said. Let's rewind that sentence. Listen up.
The knowledge, the wisdom, the power that is eternal. The flesh is going to die, but the power lives. What is in me? It's the same thing that is in him. He put it in the messenger put it in me, and I'm putting it in you. But one day, all of us will pass away, but the knowledge won't pass away. You just like copper, you broke down under the power of the electricity. It'll be here, doctor. God travels in this body. These bodies is the real house of God. When I go to Mecca and I see my brothers and sisters at the Kaaba, all but falling down worshiping stone, I have been taught the meaning of that house. And that house is a sign of the most ancient of all houses. That black stone that is in the corner of that house, they say fell from heaven. And it has been there from remotest antiquity. That's the way the scholars say it. It only means the original man. We've been around so long till they don't know the birth record. So they just say from remotest antiquity, this is the house that God used to manifest his wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and power in and through. Where is he now? Wherever he want to be. I'm not going to say I know where he is, but I'm glad his power is everywhere. I think I know where he is, but I don't want to say because I could be wrong. But he's wherever he wishes to be. Are we to pray and worship Master Farad Muhammad? You don't worship the flesh of any man, because the flesh is going to die. But in that flesh is a wisdom and a power superior to any human being on the earth. So when we look to Allah in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, we look to him. And when he ain't no longer here, the power is going to be here. Honorable Elijah Muhammad said he would live a minimum of 400 years, but 400 years ain't no time. He'll be gone. But before he goes, the foundation of what he lays will never be erased from the planet. That's a God. He prays. He prays. He don't pray to himself. You don't say, surely I have turned myself to me. Who does he pray to? He prays in remembrance of him who originated that which he came in. He came in this body. You can't ignore him who originated this. Anyway, it's deep. It's a big subject. I want to say to my Muslim brothers, when I was in Mecca, I was there for 3 days. I was there for 3 days, and in the 3 days that I was there, wrangling with the scholars, we talked about this. And when I finished explaining, the heaviest scholars there didn't bother to argue. They had to go away and study it. And what we don't realize is God has chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And what you're doing, you are following those that God wants to put you over. The Arab is a good person, basically. They've done a wonderful job in keeping the book of God pure. And we are grateful to them for so doing. But they messed up. It's your turn now. And God will see how you act. But you're not to follow Arabs. You're to lead them. And you can't lead them following them. See, they like to see you imitating them. Just like white Christians want to see black Christians imitating them. We're not to follow white people today. They had their day of rule, and their day of rule is up. That's all. God is going to replace them with a new ruler. And whether you like it or not, the new ruler is black. He have hair like lamb's wool, and he has feet like burnished brass. And if y'all can't take a black leader, then you might as well get off the planet.
All right, y'all. We getting clarity. We getting some understanding. All right. Now this next video, we're gonna go a little bit deeper now. Now we're going into the Quran. A sister stood up and asked the minister, well, what is something that is unforgivable by Allah? And you know, you can talking about that. And she talking about shirk. Well, the minister answered it's shirk, but he knew what she was getting at. And the minister beautifully broke down our belief in Allah coming in the person of Master FARD Muhammad and how that's not shirk. So this is one where you want to write down and take notes on this one as well. This one not, this not on YouTube. This not on, this not worldly out there because, you know, they keep removing it. But I got it on my page, so I was able to preserve it. Check it out, y'all. Here it is. Take some notes.
This is the first time I actually been to one of your speeches, Minister Farrakhan. Very good information and all the knowledge. I was very appreciative. You would definitely meet up to a lot of the standards that I hear about you. But more for the educational question, one in particular that I just found a little confusing. You said that, well, my question is, what if you agree, what is the one thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not forgive?
They say it is shirk.
Yes.
And putting up with God that which is unworthy to be worshipped.
Okay. So the term, or the terminology direct descendants of God, does that contradict that?
I'm sorry?
Using the term direct descendants of God, making us direct descendants of God, does that contradict that?
No.
No.
No. Have you read in the Quran, my sister, when Allah intervenes in the affairs of men? He says in the Quran, it was not you who slayed them. That's right. It was I who slayed them by your hand. Mm-hmm. When the Prophet received the revelation of the Quran, he didn't see Allah. He saw Jibreel, an angel, in the form of a man. You say he looked in 4 directions, and that image was there of a man. In the hadith, a man dressed in white came to the Prophet, and he was asking questions of the Prophet. And when the Prophet answered the questions and left, he said to his companions, "Do you know who that was?" And they said no, and the Prophet said, "That was Jibreel." In the Quran, in the 3rd surah, when Allah and the angels said to Mary, she's going to have a child, and his name would be the Messiah, worthy of regard in this world and in the hereafter. And she said, how can I have a child and man has not yet touched me? Allah says it is easy for him. He just says kun fayakun, be, and it is. Then in another part of the Quran, talking of Mary, it says Allah sent his spirit to her, and it appeared unto her in the form of a well-made man. Whose spirit was in that well-made man? It was Allah's spirit. So Allah works through human beings. He never sent angels to us if we're not angels.
Go ahead, brother.
He sent a human to us. All his prophets were human beings. And the Messiah and the Mahdi that the Islamic world is looking for is a human being. Now, wait. Look at the power that the Mahdi is to have. Number one, he said he's going to break the cross, kill the swine. He's going to set justice in the earth and set down every tyrant. What kind of power is that, sister, in a man that's going to set justice in the earth and set down all the tyrants? That's the power of Allah in a human being. But the praise does not belong to the human. It belongs to the God who possesses that spirit from him. Now, the last thing I will say is on the Messiah. I want you to study this in the 3rd surah of the Quran, Surah Al-Imran. It says that this Messiah would open the eyes of the blind. By whose permission? He would make the deaf hear and cleanse the leper. By whose permission? He would raise the dead to life. By whose permission? That don't mean he's Allah. It means that Allah is in a man, and that man is using the power that God has anointed him with to do all these things by Allah's permission. And see, so what happens to us, we become very spooky. We live in a physical universe. Look at this universe created by Allah. It's not spooky, it's not spirit, it's material. And you and I come physically from this earth. So all of the chemistry of the earth is in us. So in the second surah of the Quran, Allah says, I am going to place a ruler in the earth. And the angels say, what will you place in it? But that which will create mischief and cause the shedding of blood. And that he placed in the earth is called Khalifa. You know what Khalifa means, my sister? It means one who stands in the place of another in the absence of that one or in the death of that one. That's what a Khalifa is. So you and I, we are to be the Khalifa of God. We stand in his place. We are to rule according to his guidance and wisdom. And the more humble we are in submitting our will to do his will, he empowers us with the anointing of his spirit. So now, you cannot worship Al-Mahdi because he's anointed with the power of God. You worship Allah. And this is the thing that has touched my heart in the prayer that Master FARD Muhammad wanted us to say in the morning. Surely I have turned myself to thee, O Allah, being really has you worship Allah because he's anointed Al-Mahdi. You cannot worship Al-Mahdi because he's anointed with the power of God. You worship Allah. And this is the thing that has touched my heart in the prayer that Master FARD Muhammad wanted us to say in the morning. Surely I have turned myself to thee, O Allah, being upright to him who originated the heavens and the earth. The originator of the heavens and the earth is not physically here, but we are. And he has set this universe on an evolutionary course toward perfection. And we are in that age now when the human being will be perfected to represent God himself as his Khalifa. May Allah bless you, my dear sister. Thank you for your question. And that's why they have Hakim, a wise one in the male, but a wise one in the woman, Hakima. So it's the believing men, the believing women, the truthful men, the truthful women, the sacrificing men, the sacrificing women. You're right there with us and we with you. So my dear family, that was a great question. Now plumb the depth of it. Because if I were guilty of shirk, I just want to close with this, I would be worthy of the chastisement of Allah. But he blesses me so much in the face of all my enemies. And those of you who have been to Mecca with me, in truth, they treated me in Mecca like a rock star. The young people, like you, they broke down the barriers I was sitting where the king sits. I didn't sit myself there. They sat me there. You know why? Because they don't have nobody that has the courage to stand against the wickedness of America but Louis Farrakhan. He is the Muhammad Ali in the spiritual world. Nobody. Thank you for listening. Allahu Akbar.
My. All right, brothers and sisters. Power call if you have any questions. I mean, not questions, but anything that you would like to share that stood out to you. Go ahead and press the number 1 at this time. Man, I mean, them combinations right there, man, should bring us to clarity, some clarity of some things that may have been lingering in our mind, man, about Master FARD Muhammad. Who do we pray to? Do we work? Like, I mean, he makes it plain, going beyond the surface. So, man, I'm thankful for, man, these breakdowns of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, of the questions that many of us may be afraid to ask, and he's breaking it down to make us understand. Let's go to Brother Daniel.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. These Bluetooths clear?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay, praise be to Allah. This compilation is the most important subject that we can be on now, because the knowledge of God, as he said, is the knowledge of self. And the knowledge of self is the knowledge of God. And our nature demands that we discover who we are. You know, most of our negative dispositions in life is tied to misunderstanding. You know, we don't know who we are. We don't like the fact that people don't know who we are. And can you feel me? Do you understand me? No, we don't. But do we understand ourselves? See, so this type of knowledge got to be studied over and over again, because I can bear witness that I've been in the nation 29 years and I'm still thoroughly intrigued when I hear this wisdom, because I'm yet still trying to grow to understand it. And I can never say I got it, because if I had it, I would fully understand myself and I would be moving like a god. I'm moving more, you know, in my nature than I was when I first came in. But there's yet so much more to be done to really understand why we are in his image and his likeness. So what the minister laid out just inspires me to study more and more of the knowledge, study more of self, study more of the teachings. And the 2 examples in the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the honorable minister with Farrakhan, because it would yet continue to move me along that path that will satisfy my soul and my nature. And I'll close with this. We're in a time where the knowledge of evil and the power of evil and people who rule by evil is fully manifested. You know, you don't have to go searching for the devil. You pretty much can look around the planet, and everywhere you look, you seeing some senseless murder, some rape, some robbery, some, you know, a young brother being so-called drowned under suspicious circumstances, and just everywhere you look, you see something wicked and diabolical, wars everywhere. And, you know, we kind of like, okay, we accept that. But then when we look around, we don't find God. But the evil is real. Well, if the evil can be so real and be manifesting in people in this world, thriving, keeping people ignorant and living from evil, then why wouldn't I think and we think that the reality of good can be found in practice, just like we see evil and live in an evil world every day. So, you know, it's just studying this wisdom, studying the study guides, and having that, man, that deep penetrating knowledge that touched the core of your being. And I forget, I think it was Arsenio always said things that make you go, hmm. To studying the wisdom that make you be like, wow. and discovering something every day that's new about God, about self. You know, this is an enduring journey. This is nothing that you're gonna get. This is nothing that you're gonna get in in a couple of messages and reading one book. This is something that got to be studied over and over again and applied so that we can grow into this knowledge.
Praise be to Allah. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else have anything that stands out to you? Anybody else have anything that stands out for you? Well, all right. Maybe he made it so plain. So thank you all for listening. You will be able to go back and rewatch this. It will be on my YouTube channel. For those who are asking about replays or where you can find certain things, this will be on my YouTube channel, Brother BNX. And continue to study this, man. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad answered a lot of questions when he was a baby, is what I want us all to understand. If he was to answer the student enrollment again or many other things, I'm sure it would have much more depth in it. He was 3 years old. I mean, let's think about this now. Maybe even younger than 3 years old in the wisdom. So what we have, whether you agree with it or not, I personally don't care. But we have, I believe, in the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, wisdom that goes beyond the surface. The minister was able to give, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave us the history. He gave us a medicine that was necessary for the time period that we were in. Why? Well, what are you saying? You saying we should? Well, why else did he say to the minister stop using the word devil and start using slave masters' children? If that was his teaching, what is he trying to get the minister to see? Where is he trying to get the minister to look at and go? It was necessary mentally when you have a people who are inferior. They see white people as God, to bring a teaching that will force them to look in the mirror of their actions, force us to look at who we really are as original people. But it's deeper than that. He knew what he was doing when he says acting other than himself. That's devil. Let's just be real with it. Hell, if I'm God and I'm acting other than myself, I'm acting like a devil. So the minister in the books goes deeper into showing us, yeah, you can be devil too. You can't manifest out what wasn't already in. So this is why the minister is important. And I know we got brothers, sisters who only follow the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Man, look, I respect it. I respect your perspective. Who am I to tell you whatever the case may be? I ain't in that position. I get your perspective even if I disagree with it. But I encourage us, man, to as the minister said, plumb the depths of it. Look into it. Because we had, look, the minister made a good point. If it was just what he gave, what Master FARD Muhammad brought and gave to him, if that was the only thing, what we got in the teachings, if that was it, why would he give him 104 books to study? I heard the minister say this here. Why would he give him 104 books to study if that was it? So we have to learn how to go beyond this, just like some of our people take the lessons and look at it at face value. Why does Muhammad or any Muslim murder the devil? It talks about 4 heads of the devil. Well, if you have a surface level understanding, well, he said the white man is the devil, the Caucasian white man skunk of the planet Earth. Let me go kill 4 white men. That ain't what that mean, boy. We are taught that whenever you raise a black man and woman, you have in that same act murdered the devil. So everything isn't meant to be taken face value. Now, am I one of authority to tell you what it should be taken at face value and what can't? No, I don't want to. No, I can't say that. I can't say that. I can only take what I've heard the minister break down from his understanding of what he may have heard directly from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad or his wisdom and study. As a student still growing, so I can't come up here and say that I know every part that is, that's not face value. This here more of a spiritual print. I don't know all of it, but it's for us to study. It's for us to look into. And I'll close with this. I am aware that it says that the answers was very near correct. So if something is very near correct, what does that mean? What is my duty? What is my part? If I'm knowing, okay, this is very near correct, do I stop at very near correct, or do I continue to study? Do I continue to grow? Do I continue to grow into understanding? So what we have in the minister, I believe, man, is that study, that he said, I gave the history. I want you to get the meaning of this, the understanding of this. We have been grafted like they was grafted from us. We too have been grafted. He said in the book, Restrictive Laws of Islam Is Our Success, he said, who is your teacher? And when you read it, they saying Master Fard Muhammad. He said, no, he's trying to become your teacher, but he ain't your teacher. You ain't been learning in under him. We have been grafted into them. So the same way we say that they grafted from us, we have been grafted into them mentally, spiritually. He's trying to become our teacher. You have been made into devil. It said in the scripture that the devil deceived the whole world. The whole world. So don't think you just an anomaly that ain't been caught, that ain't been got. So let's study, man. Allah came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad. Well, if he came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad by that wisdom, can he come in the person of you? We can debate all day long about the validity of it, if it's true, if it's real. One thing we can confirm in scripture that it does say you are the real temple of God and that the spirit dwells within you. The question is, how will God show up to others through you today? That's me. That's me. That's my thought process. I'm not the great debater. I'm just be real. I'm not one of the great debaters who can go into the scholarship and I'm going into the science and I'm going to, man, hey, we got brothers and sisters for that type of stuff, man. My question is, God dang it, it's July 22nd. I'm not finna be arguing by 1877. I'm not finna be arguing by 1930. I'm talking about it's July 22nd, 2026. How can this knowledge be applied to today? How can this help me today? So how I take it is, if he says Allah came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, well, where is he at? Man, I don't know if he on the wheel. I don't know if he in Mecca. I don't know if he in California. I don't know if he in the hood. I don't know if he in Oak Cliff. I don't know if he in Chicago. And quite frankly, I don't care. Because the wisdom I know that is in me. And the brother And sister and little brother that's depressed, think about suicide. The little brother, the little sister don't know where she going in life. The little man, the adult don't have direction in life. He ain't worried about him having that information not gonna change his life. But the wisdom that's in you, the wisdom that's in me going to meet them, me going to greet them, me being an example for them, that is what's going to change their life. Giving them a word that's going to resurrect them from the inside. Not a flesh person, because that flesh person is finite. He going to be out of here. Even if they live 2,000 years, they eventually got to go. That's just how the body is made. So when we listening, and I'm just talking about let me not say that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say when I listen, you guys can do what you please. When I listen, I'm always listening to how can this be applied to self-improvement? What does this got to do with you? What does this got to do with your duty? Are you learning this just to be able to hang a brother up in scripture because you know more than him? Are you learning just to tell a brother, oh, I got you, I bet you didn't know this? Man, that's vanity, man. I don't give a damn if I win a debate, lose the debate. What is the transformation of life? That's what God is worried about. You is not finna get some extra portion of the hereafter because you the coldest debater. Because you the coldest regurgitator. Because you the coldest researcher. You can tell a tree by the fruit that it bears, man. You don't bear fruit by talking about some damn farming. You don't bear fruit by studying farming. You bear fruit by putting a seed in the ground, man. Planting something, watering it, seeing it, manifesting, grow, taking care of it, nurturing it. Not being able to tell the brother, I bet you didn't know how to plant that seed. See, I told you, brother. No, man, that's vanity. That's numbers. That's content. That's ego making me feel good. So I don't mind saying, man, look, man, I don't know. And that's one of the things I learned from one of the brothers I came up under, man. Don't be coming in these teachers, man, just trying to make something up. Brother, if you don't know, hey, look, man, I don't know. I'm still looking into that one, man. I don't know. I'm trying to make something up. And it is what it is. You say I'm slow and I'm not this because I don't know, then it is what it is. So I'm still learning. But I'm always looking for how can what I know, how can what I understand, how can that apply to me? Don't waste too much time on that which ain't necessarily making progress. Does that mean don't study it? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying let's learn how to use our time better for the times that we are in. Everything has a purpose depending on the attitude. It's based on our perspective and how we see it. How we see it. How we choose to apply it. So these teachings can be powerful, or you can choose for them not to be powerful based on how you see it, how you execute, how you apply it or not apply it. Everybody is necessary. The minister said knowledge is all around you. Everything is a book. So let's study. So when Master FARD Muhammad, speaking of Master FARD Muhammad, the minister said, why did God ask why? Why did he even ask why? So when you look at the lessons, are you just regurgitating just to regurgitate? Or are you asking the question, why did he even ask why? That's the deeper question. That's the deeper assignment, is to find out why was even asked. Why didn't he just tell us? Why didn't he just say it? Why did he say why? What is he trying to get us to do? What is he trying to get us to see? Why does Muhammad or any Muslim murder the devil? Well, when you answer that question and you figure out why one had to be ran out, well, it's going to be some people that got to be ran out in your life. It's going to be some people perhaps that's going to come around you telling lies to get you to fight and kill one another, to maybe do that in your business. See? What is he trying to get us to think about and see? Let's look at this. Let's look at one of our lessons, just as an example. Why did Musa have a hard time to civilize the devil? 2000 BC. We could just quote it, commit it to heart and just quote it, but let's plumb the depths of it, because he was a savage. Savage means a person that has lost the knowledge of himself and who is living a beast life. Okay, let's stop right there. Let's just stop right there. Am I quoting that just to say, look how cold I am with the lesson? I know my 120 lessons. You know how people come around trying to quiz you. Say, man, do you know you're supreme, man? You know it, but do you know it? You know how to quote it. You remember the words, but do you know it, man? So when I'm looking at this here, okay, well, in our time, who do we have a hard time civilizing? The youth. You condemning the youth, you talking about them, but why are they like that? Could it be because they are like savages? What does savage mean? One who has lost the knowledge of himself. So how do we transform them? By giving them the knowledge of self, but in a way that they can get it. So the minister said, if I took a picture of this whole room, who's the first person you're going to look for? When you turn that picture around, the first person you're going to look for is yourself. So when teaching them knowledge of self, you have to do it in a way, come on now, where they can see themselves, not just all the elders, not just those who seem so clean that I can't relate to it. You have to teach it in a way where they can see themselves. So the supreme wisdom also say, we must speak the language of the people or you won't be successful. See, that's how I'm looking at this. I'm not looking at this just to say, oh, that nigga cold with the letter. He know what he know. He can record. No, I want to understand what this got to do with 2026, man. Not to debate somebody. Why does the devil keep our people illiterate? So that he can use them for a tool. And also a slave. Well, what does that mean, Brother Ben? How can I use this, man? Well, where are you a slave? Do you feel like a slave going to a job every day that you hate? Do you feel like a slave going somewhere to build their world up? Because it ain't your brother's business. It's their business. It's their world. Do you feel like you should be doing something else? Well, if he keeps you illiterate, so that you can be used for a tool and also a slave, that lets me know the word illiterate means ignorant. Ignorant means one who don't know. So that means if I am a slave in an area, there's something I need to go learn and know so that I don't have to be what? A slave. That's how I'm looking at this here. He keeps them blind to not someone else. He don't keep them blind to something else. He said he keeps them blind to themselves so that he can master them. That means when I don't master me, when I'm blind to me, my real identity, who I truly am, somebody else can master me when they know me better than I know myself. See, that's how I'm looking at the teachers. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying this is how you need to look at it. I'm just sharing with you my view. And hopefully you will press the number 1 and share your view. Let me go find another one. I'm gonna end off with this one right here. We're gonna end off with, let me see. Let me get a good one, man. I want to get one in. Let me get one of these good ones, man. Hold on. I want to find one. Man, where is it at? Hold on. All right, here we go. Let's go back up right here. All right, here we go. Why did we run Yaqub and his maid devil from the root of civilization over the hot desert into the caves of West Asia, as they now call Europe? Now, I wasn't there to give you the history on Yaqub. See, many people want to argue about, well, is Yaqub real? Is it not real? Where is it in his? Hey, that's a cool conversation. Had a conversation. That's just not my conversation. And I'm not telling you to not study it and you just going to know. I'm just telling you, when I hear, why do we run Yaqub and his maid devil from the root of civilization? I'm listening to the question to ask myself, why is he even asking us this? Why is this even necessary? Why do I, and I asked this, and I didn't like history growing up, by the way. So this is another reason why I thought like this. Because I always wonder what they got to do with me learning about Thomas Edison and the founding fathers. And I was like, I never cared about that. So when I heard the minister first say, the youth ain't interested in the education because they can't see themselves in the picture, I knew exactly what he meant. Because I used to sit in history class wondering, what the heck does this have to do with my life? I do not care about the presidents, I never understood that. So when I'm looking at this question and answer, why did we run Yaqub and his maid devil from the root of civilization? Then I look at the answer, because they had started making trouble among the righteous, telling lies. Wow. Are there anybody in your family that started making trouble, telling lies? Are there anybody in your organization, yes sir, that has made trouble, telling lies? Are there any people outside of your organization that infiltrated by what? By telling lies? They accuse the righteous people, causing them to fight and kill one another. Have you ever been at odds with your brother or your sister because at the root of it was a lie? The root of it was a lie. And then let's go a bit deeper, because it's not always somebody else. Is it your own damn mind? So even when we look in the lesson, when it says they can't be reformed, it must be destroyed, it is actually the mind that must be destroyed. Not necessarily a physical finite being or a physical finite race. Because if that race was gone, they still would be in power, because we still would be following after that mindset. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So if we still following after their thought pattern in their mind, we can wipe them off physically. They still gonna be in power. Don't get it twisted. So when it says because they started making trouble, I've witnessed this. I've seen this. I've been a part of this lesson. So while I'm sitting here arguing with you about Yaqub, hell, Yaqub is in 2026 in my life. And I'm sitting here arguing with you about something I can't prove. I can prove this right here. That it did cause trouble, and it caused us who at one point was good. It caused us to fight and kill one another, not maybe physically, but mentally, spiritually. So what is the lesson, quote unquote? That's a double entendre. What is the lesson here? When you find them, we got to run them away. Yeah, because if we don't run them away, it's going to cause us to fight and kill one another. It's going to bust up the organization. It's going to bust up the unity. So we are taught that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, now look at this, is Yaqub in reverse. Yaqub in reverse. So let's look at it. Now let's look at this lesson. If they was able, this is good. If they was able to get the righteous people to fight and kill one another by telling lies, and let me go back to the point I was making because I hope I didn't skip over it. We can look at the enemy right? That may come amongst us. You probably got a person in your head, right? Yeah, that has came and told lies. But I also want you to look inside of the inner me, my own thoughts. That's also the enemy that'll come up in ego. See, in vanity through past trauma that I haven't dealt with. So when I'm looking at you, I'm really trying to avoid some past pain. When I'm looking at you, I can't even look at you in reality because I'm thinking about 15 years ago. So the minister is wise when he took us to Dianetics because he understands something about the mind. You can be living in present time. Your body can be here, but your mind is still that little girl that got molested, that little boy that got molested, that little girl or boy that got abused verbally, mentally. So you're not even really living in the present. You can't even view a person, what the person is saying, who the person is in real time because of your past trauma. You can't even interpret what they saying correctly, which then messes up your future because you seeing it in the wrong light. You're not looking at it from a lost coloring or a lost perspective. See? So if this here tells me that he went amongst the righteous telling lies, that means in order for us to stop them from fighting and killing them I got to go amongst the righteous. Then in another portion of the teachings, it says he went amongst the dissatisfied. So I got to find those who are dissatisfied. I got to find those who are, and I got to tell them truth. I got to give them truth. I got to find a skillful way to get them to produce righteous, truthful thoughts too. Because it ain't just about the external. How can I get them to start thinking a different way? So instead of them being able to fight and kill one another, they can heal one another. They can sit down and do conflict resolution. But I got to do the opposite of what they did. See, there's much wisdom in this, man. It's much wisdom in it. Let's go to Brother Daniel.
Now, brother, you was hitting on that. I was thinking about the supreme wisdom, and you, man, you started to run down all of the question and answer that I was thinking about because, and I was in particularly looking at the brown germ or death. Like you said something key. You said that what we study got to help us in the time in which we live in. And we living in a time where evil is full, it's wide, and it's everywhere you look. So in the lessons, our first 10 questions and answers. And that's why Muhammad is asking why. Why isn't the devil sitting on the best part of the planet Earth? Why did Musa have a hard time civilizing the devil 2000 BC? Like you mentioned, why did we run Yaqub with his made devil? Why does Muhammad or any Muslim murder the devil? That's the first 10. I always ask myself, what is Allah asking us about this? If we're supposed to be knowledge itself. One of the questions he asks us is, why did God make death? What teaching on this planet is asking where did evil come from and answering it? So we getting the full knowledge of good and we getting the full knowledge of where evil comes from, where it originates from. So, this is a very powerful teaching, and it's definitely something we need to be studying because I know Brother Ben is teaching about mindset and how we have to have a different mindset. Most of the things that hold us down, it's all rooted in negativity. It's rooted in a false perception of self. It's rooted in something of devil. So if we're going to overcome that, we definitely going to have to study a wisdom that answers the question, why do I think the way I think? As Brother was saying, why? So, I'm glad he ran through that and extended that and brought all that out because that's very necessary what we studied this morning. Thank you.
Praise be to Allah. Brother Troy.
So like
Walaikum salam.
yes, sir, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you for uplifting us and giving us a clear understanding or a better understanding of these teachings. And I will also say We need to apply the supreme wisdom, the C1 lesson, the restrictive law in today's time, even though the messenger gave them to us in the 70s. Brother, we need to apply them today. There's a reason why these teachings was given to us. Ask the questions. Why? Why is the messenger giving us this? Why did Master Fraud Muhammad come with this? And look at today's time in which we now live, brother. We gotta apply this. And I think once we really question the supreme wisdom for ourselves, we can be able to go out and reach the youth like we just spoke about. You got to meet the youth where they at. They ain't trying to hear no, who is the original man. You tell a young brother in Dallas, right? I'm in Phoenix, brother. But you tell a young brother in South on the South Side in Dallas, you the original man right now. He gonna look at you like, I don't give a damn about all of that.
Come on now.
You gotta apply that. Show this brother that he's the original man. Show him in his everyday life why he's the original man. Even though it may be negativity, there's some positivity in what you're doing, black man. You are God, one who exercises force and power, brother. Show the power. Show that knowledge and wisdom and understanding that we all have, black man. So, brother, I thank you for giving us another way of looking at things, brother. That's a lot through you, brother, like we just got done listening to. So thank you, beloved. And assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Man, brother, that teacher, man. You go down that old cliff, you go down there to South Dollars and say, brother, do you know who you are the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet? I mean, that brother gonna look at you and say, man, if you don't go somewhere, man, I'm trying to get me some bread, man. I'm trying to make a living for my family. And it's not that it's not necessary. It's not that it's not needed. It's just that we have to meet them where they are. Okay, you come on and you telling me, brother, I'm the maker, the owner, I'm the cream of the planet Earth. What have you made, brother? What are you the owner of? What are you? How are you the cream? What have you rose to the top of? See, when you can just show that, then you ain't gotta say it. See, I study filmmaking. Growing up, because just I just like cameras and things of that nature, as y'all probably could tell with videos and things of that nature. Well, in filmmaking, one of the rules is you always, if you can, you want to show, not tell. See, I can be doing a video and I can tell you I'm about to go to the store, guys, or I can just show you clips of me driving to the store. It's better to show, not tell. Well, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad says something similar. You never have to condemn a dirty glass. What he said, just put a clean one next to it. So my methodology, and I'm not saying I'm the best. I can say I got some results now all over this nation. But my method has always been, I'm going to share what helps me. I'm going to share my life and how it improves me, which means I have to be a little vulnerable about where I'm at. See, if everybody think, oh, he's just a millionaire, or oh, they just a six-figure earners, or oh, they just all healthy, and they can't relate to that. Now, I know it's a tradition when somebody asks you how you doing. Fine, sir. Yeah, but in your head, you talking about, I'm messed up like a mug. So that's what you really want to say. I'm toe up from the fro up, bro. I don't know where the hell my rent money coming from on the FARD. My refrigerator, all I got I got 2 beans left. I ain't even got enough for beans. I mean, we gonna keep it real. So I don't know the power of the teachers until I know what you're really going through and how it transformed your life. But if you appear to be perfect all the time, I don't know if it's transforming you or not. So my method has always been to share and cause you to ask questions. I'm going to share so much, and I'm going to share it in different ways, that I want to cause you to be curious. When I just want to cause you to be curious. And then once you ask me the question, oh, you don't open me up to teach. Because now sometimes it's brothers that'll just go in and they'll just get to teaching, and you're gonna get people like that. It's just not my way, because I like to know what your problem is. Like even when people ask the question, well, what if somebody new to the Nation of Islam, what lecture, what's your top 5 lectures? If I'm being honest, I don't know my top 5 unless, because it ain't about me. It's about them. It's not about what my top 5 is. My top 5 gonna be different than they top 5. You see what I'm saying? Now I may have one that's universal. Okay, what is Islam? I'm always recommend that one. He had the green suit on or garment on. That's one of my favorites because he's breaking down how Islam is not just the rituals, and he's breaking down the rituals, showcasing the principles. So because this is Islam, I'm naturally gonna always recommend that one. But I can't just give a brother 5 that help me in my life if I don't first know what's the problem he dealing with. That brother may have been married 6 times. He just, man, he threw a relationship. Well, one of the lectures I'm gonna give him is know your role. See, I can't just recommend a brother some stuff and I ain't got no intel. So we got to remember we're fishermen. So when I fish, and I went fishing for the first time a couple months ago, my son's basketball team, you got to put a certain bait on that thing. You can't just I couldn't go put no salmon on there just because Brother Ben likes salmon and barbecue sauce. I can't just go put what on the bait what I like to eat. I got to see, well, what would this fish be attracted to? And based on what the fish is attracted to, that's the bait I'm going to put on there. And then, boom, I hook him. I got him. And one thing I learned as well when I seen that thing, y'all, when that fish is hooked, it's flapping. Where is it trying to flap back into? It's trying to flap back into the water. Just because you got that thing hooked, that don't mean, oh, okay, he ready to, okay, he finna just stay on the bank. He ready to be eaten. No, he's trying to flap back into what his nature, what he's comfortable to. So when we get them and they come, the job ain't over with. We got to continue to keep them hooked because they're going to be flapping back to the club, flapping back on Instagram, flapping back to the world. Because, man, this world is a magnet, man. So if we don't know how to make this thing appealing, man, this thing going to be hard. It don't matter how much supreme wisdom we got. We talking about a wickedly wise God of this world. Satan is the God, as scripture says, of this world. Can we get real for a little bit? I seen a little brother on YouTube. Matter, let me hold on. Brother Troy let me bring out the youth. See, we want to redeem the youth. Let's listen to how the youth think. I'm finna pull up I saved it because I said, man, this brother not lying, man. We talking about relationship and sisters that's on. Don't be offended about what I'm about to share. Hopefully y'all who on here, you not gonna be. I don't think y'all will be offended. I think you gonna accept it and just accept the reality that we in. Let me send this to myself. I'm gonna send it so I can pull this up. I said, oh man, this brother here, he ain't lying, man. You know how your granddaddy and them had them long marriages, them long relationships, and we say, oh, we gotta get back to how we used to be. We gotta get back to how the old days. Well, this ain't the old days if we just gonna keep it all the way 1,000. This ain't the old days. What the young brothers and what we gotta struggle with, granddaddy and them didn't have to struggle with as much as we did. Look at how this young brother broke it down. I said, ooh, this brother here, this our youth right here. This who you want to redeem? Hold on.
Like I'm just sitting here thinking like, bro,
Hold on. Don't say it yet, young brother. Hold on. Let me cue you up. Hey man, this little young brother was teaching, man. Look. Can y'all see it on the screen? Hold on. Can y'all see him? Y'all can see him, right? Hold on, let me see. Damn, it keep playing on his own. Hold on, here we go. Check it out.
Like I'm just sitting here thinking like, bro, we was never supposed to see this many bad bitches. Like I'm just sitting here thinking like, bro, we was never supposed to see this many bad bitches for real. Like, my great-great-granddaddy that was locked in, that had 10, 20 kids with one wife, he didn't see 100 BBLs every day on the ground, bro. He didn't see 1,000 fine, thick-ass bitches shaking their ass every day on the ground. And like, he didn't see that. All he seen was my ugly-ass great-granny and that big-ass trench coat shit they used to wear all the time, that little dirt-ass cloth shit. Like, she ain't had no thong, that ass and shit wasn't everywhere. Like, y'all got to give us some grace now, bitch.
Hey, say, hey, y'all want to get y'all want to get to you. This our youth, man. Say, hey, come on, man. Now if you now this who you want to redeem. This who the mission say. We supposed to go after. Now look at this point though. Granddaddy them went on Instagram and every other TikTok, every other Facebook post. He being tempted. See this? See, man, look, the prophets from back in the day ain't, man, one of my student ministers told me one time, man, they ain't got nothing on us. The fact that we striving to be righteous in 2026, boy, we get big rewards with the God. Noah didn't see booty on Instagram like we seeing it. Say, man, Abraham would have had way more wives if he had TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat. Come on, say, man, y'all want to be real or we want to be right or be self-righteous? Come on now. Come on, man. Lot didn't see them sisters with them BBLs and booty shorts in the summertime. They didn't see that. So it was easier for them, man, to do what they was doing. These young men, these young brothers keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is the mind that we gotta go after. So you going to this brother and you telling this brother, say, bro, you gotta be straight and narrow, dear brother. He gonna look at you and say, nigga, you ain't following the bad, you know what I mean, that I'm following on, that I'm seeing on Instagram. So we coming with a lack of understanding of their reality. Shoot, of our reality. Yeah, we on here too. We see it too. We tempted too. Of our reality, we ain't gonna reach them. We ain't gonna reach them. Imagine a sister, man. Now this is a reality I know sisters deal with, but they may not say it. When you see sisters with the shorts on that you used to probably wear, with the bikini that you used to probably wear, and it seems like all the brothers, that's what they want. You think them sisters not dealing with something in their head when they gotta be on here covered every day? Yeah, I'm gonna talk for you, sisters. Yeah, I know you can't say it because you gotta be politically. I know. I can imagine what it's like. Damn, I mean, it seems like all those sisters right here, they getting the hearts, they getting the comments, they going viral. Here I am, I'm modest and I'm this here and ain't no brothers in my DM. Ain't no brothers filing, putting in no papers for me. You see? See, let's just keep it real. These are the thoughts, man, that's taking place. How do you know, Brother Ben? Because I'm a nigga just like you. I mean, say, you ain't fooling me with that damn bow tie. You ain't fooling me with the garment. We both came. I went to South Oak Cliff High School just like you went to your hood school. Come on now. We wasn't all born into this here. And even if we was born into this here, we still had some exposure to this world. And so my point is, this world is magnetizing. You talking about Monday through Friday strip clubs is open. Okay? You got Twitter done turned into OnlyFans. Come on now. Facebook done turned into damn Pornhub sometime. They'll take the minister off, but you can have people, I'm talking about literally naked, and they still ain't removed it on Facebook. This is our reality, man. So when we trying to be right in this type of world, with how easy it is to do wrong, say, man, you gotta have patience, man. We gotta understand this reality ain't what Noah had to go through. Yeah, this reality ain't. If I'm I know you might get me on this one. I know somebody may come after me. But Jesus of 2,000 years ago didn't have to deal with this people here that we got to deal with. The difficulty that we have today, Yeah, you didn't have to deal with this 2,000 years ago. The fentanyl, come on, man. The strength of the drug today, you didn't have to deal with this mix of chemicals 2,000 years ago. So when we picking up our cross to go redeem a people that's got, I mean, they addicted to heroin, the pain of that, man, I know what that feel like firsthand to have a brother that you love, man. You try to help him, you give him money, you do this, you do that, but he always gets somehow caught back in the world with that addiction. Man, that's painful, man. It's painful when you got love for somebody, but that damn chemical, that drug is so strong, man. It keeps getting them. They love the teachings. They'll come out. They'll do this. They soldiers, but it's just their body. Damn, they're probably crazy, man. We talking about this stuff is wickedly wise. So here you are trying to get a brother to read and come to the mosque, and this brother here dealing with chemical warfare, bro. This stuff is deep. Sisters dealing with trauma when it comes to men. Trauma when it comes to her body. Not just the women, it's men, but it's even harder, a little harder on the men because he's a man, but he can't even admit. He got to damn near live with it. And the way that you heal it is by exposing and revealing it. But damn, that's hard to do as a man. So the men got it almost just as bad as the women. This is what we dealing with when we talking about redeeming the people and we want to debate about some damn 55,000 years ago. Man, I ain't got time for it. It's people out here need mental tools, man. Spiritual tools for their life. People out here depressed because they ain't got money for the rent. They got 2-3 babies and ain't got nothing in the refrigerator. They're not trying to hear nothing about no damn what we debating about today. They trying to feed their stomachs. Yeah. I seen somebody say you can watch. I done seen people literally behead people online. But I put some online, Minister Louis Farrakhan, oh, this goes against our policy. Man, we dealing with some stuff. Man, hey, this is a different reality today. So I just want to show y'all that little brother, man. That's real. Is it an excuse? No, it's not an excuse. We still got to be strong, but we still got to be real. And it ain't just for the, let me give balance. It ain't just the women. The men on here thirst trapping too. We know damn well, brother, you put them gray sweatpants on, trying to do your deadlifts. We know what you're doing, man. We know what you doing. We know what you're doing. So the women are tempted too. I get it. But the point is, say, man, we on social media. It's difficult. It's an uphill road. It ain't just easy. It's an uphill road, man. It's an uphill road. I heard, Brother Nuri break down. Men are physical people now. I done heard the minister talk about it. Hell, the minister himself. He talking about you see them two basketballs moving. Any man gonna be looking attracted to that. Now, we got to get stronger and not act on our thoughts and stuff. Of course, absolutely, yes. But we just got to understand the reality of what we're living in and where we at with it. Moses didn't have to see them, say, come on now. Shoot. So when we going to these little brothers, man, and here we like to quote. I know what the men say. The men don't desire a righteous woman. Well, hey, say, man, when a brother, been working hard and he would love to have some pleasure, that's pleasurable to the eyes. See? It's pleasurable to the eyes. It is. Stone me to death. It's just what it is. So we gotta improve the teaching and improve not the teaching. So let me be clear, but improve our way of how we go after each other and just have a level of understanding and say, okay, let me try from this angle. Cause it ain't always that a brother. Cause can I give you guys a secret, sisters? It's not that that's even who he may want to marry. That's just what's attracted to him. It's not the brother want to marry him. So don't get it twisted. Don't think that's what he desires necessarily as a life partner, but the temporary pleasure that he may be after because of the troubles and the pressures of this world, that may what be attracted to him temporarily. Unfortunately, if you want the truth, he probably does really want you. He probably really does desire you. So it's not always the blanket conclusions that we put on everything. So if you go to that brother right there and you tell that brother, "Oh, your brother, all you want," well, he's telling you how he's seeing things. So if we go to our youth from now, are they gonna be attracted to you and you don't have no level of understanding? Oh, these young niggas don't want that. You see his video, these young niggas, they just ain't got no self-control. They can't control them. You see? And then we become just like the church, just condemning because they got a different weakness than you do. Because you sure got one. I reread the scripture the other day where it says, "No, not one is holy. No, not one." So don't get it twisted now because you're a little strong in one area and you see your brother and sister weak in just another area that you may be strong in. Yours just not exposed. So ain't no need to be condemning. Can you correct? Yeah. You ain't got to let them slack. But when you go to condemning and get to a point to where, oh, I don't see how I got no understanding. What do you? How do you have understanding for the stuff you weak in? You slip up in. All right, anybody else? Cause we don't, man. We've been on here about 2 hours. Anybody
Yeah,
else?
I got a quick question, Brother Ben, if you don't mind, beloved.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. I still get out with the physical copy of the final call. You know, I just love to touch people like that. I'll be honest, in 2026, and I've been doing this for 29 years, this is the hardest time with the paper that I've ever had in my life. And the worst areas in Chicago. I'm chosen to Gary, Indiana, which is pretty rough. But now I'm gonna give you an example. I go into this barber shop and we talk. You know, one time I said the barber shop to talk with these brothers for 2 hours. We was kicking, we was talking. The last time I went in there, we chopped it up a little bit, and they dressed like she dressed and all of that stuff. And the brothers just totally focused on her, was talking about asking her did she have a BBL. That totally ended my soldier journey because it was pretty much like, you can get out of here now, bro. We focused on the sister. Then I said, "Sister, let me give you a final call." And she looked at me and said, "Oh, who you one of those muscles?" Then she said, "Nah, final call," which with the realities that you just laid out. What approach in today's time where people are so driven by social media and all that, and I don't think that people are really reading, I'm gonna be honest. What approach would you use doing the whole face-to-face physical copy of the final call?
To be honest, to be brutally honest, just brother Ben, I have been out at times 5 hours, and I'm not exaggerating. 5 hours, 6 hours, because when we go out, we didn't do the corner. We strive to follow the door to door as we're taught. So we may get 10 homes that may accept out of 5-6 hours. If I can be honest, that is demotivating. It was demotivating. There was people that and we would sometimes be in places like maybe in front of a store where we can talk to them on the side. We never did like the light because you couldn't talk to them. You got to get somebody to buy the paper. So my level of understanding of marketing is this. There is something called the buyer's pyramid. If you look this up, if you Google this, buyer's pyramid. In any given market, 2 to 3% are ready to buy right now. Meaning they just need you to present them the offer. They already sophisticated or aware. They already wanted it. They just need to see that you was there. That's 2 to 3%. The other ones are problem unaware. They looking. You got to talk to them. So if I don't have enough time to talk to them, it's kind of difficult and hard, because the purpose is not just to meet my quota. It is to get a guest, to get their number, to get their phone number, to get their name, to be able to follow up with them. This is just the introduction, right? Ooh, a clip just came to my head. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, hold on one second. Let me see if it's on my YouTube or the last YouTube. Hold on. Ooh, I might have the answer. Who I hope this on this YouTube. It might be my other one. Man, they be taking my stuff away, man. Golly, they probably deleted it. Okay, I'm gonna have to quote it. So the minister said, let me see if it's on my Facebook first. The minister said, let me see if I can find it. Cause the answer is in this as well. Hold on. Dang, man. Oh, I think I found it. Oh, nope, that's not it. That's what's the name? All right, I'll just tell you. So I was watching a lecture by the minister one day, and he says, why did the messenger put us in suits and ties? And he said, to make us business people. Oh, found it. Ooh, thank God. Clip guide in effect. Let's watch this first, and then I'll expand on my answer. Oh, is it deleted? Oh, come on. Don't do me like that now. Play. Let's see what's going on here. See if I can download it, because it's not playing right now. I wonder if they done took it off Facebook or something. But that's the out. Here it is. Oh yeah, we're gonna find it. We're gonna find a way. Here we go.
Come on now. And when we get these products, we want you to turn them out. In fact, we're going to set up training classes all over America. You got on these business suits. Why you think the messenger put you in suits and ties? Because he wanted you to be the dressed up paper boy? No, you sold the paper to get you into the people's homes that you were going to bring another product to. He want to make you business people, not an army with guns. He want to make you an army of businessmen taking over the world. What's the matter with you? That all you want to do is toot and shoot when you can make a product and go get the loot?
So the paper is the introduction so that I can come back with a solution to a need that they have. Now, when I'm out there, I've had several people donate to me and say, I don't even want the paper. Do y'all got something online? Because they don't like to read. It's 2026. We want to read it on our phone, if we being honest. If we being honest, you not happy about reading a newspaper every week. Well, let me not say you. Me. I'm young. I'm just going to keep it 1,000. I am not a newspaper reader. I want to read it on my phone. I want to read it on the laptop. I want to watch a lecture. I don't want to read a newspaper. I want the information, but the vehicle that I've seen a lot of them say, well, no, y'all got something online, or no, I don't want to read it, but I'll donate to y'all. I appreciate what y'all doing. right? So, one, I can get them to read once I can get them to be my friend. See, I can make you interested in what's in the paper once you're interested in what I can help you out with. Now, 2 to 3% is going to be ready. They know the nation. I support the brothers. Here go $2. Give me the paper. And a lot of them, y'all, if we're going to keep it real, you know, they get that paper, they put it in their car, and a smaller percentage of them even read it. They just going to take it because they support the movement. So what I did is I had over 2,000 issues going out every week. Not saying to do it like me, but I sent out the PDF. It was the same paper, same knowledge, but I had about 2,000 people on the list that signed up to receive the final call or the message. So that's how I was doing it. But I would focus on what their need is first. And then because at the end of the day, like I tell people with my marketing class, nobody cares about your ebook. Nobody cares about your course. Nobody cares about your one-on-one consultation. Those are just the vehicles that's going to get them to their destination. So if I can make you interested enough into a solution and I tell you it's inside the paper, now you'll read it. But giving me a newspaper saying, say, bro, I got some news you can use, black man. This the truth. Come on, man. Y'all know us. Man, I don't read no damn newspaper. Unless the brand is already there. Their uncle was in the nation, father was in the nation. They got a little background information, but that makes them a part of the 2 to 3% who are already educated on it. So I look at it from a marketing perspective and just my own experience from that. But the goal is to pretty much offer them a product, offer them a solution. This paper is just a lead magnet, if you will. A low ticket lead magnet so that I can get your name, your email, and phone number and bring you back something that's going to, bring you back something that is going to solve something for you. So it may be, the strategy may be to first just be in conversation and offer perspective. Like I got several people that because of conversation, me being on a podcast with them, they have read Message to the Black Man. They have got the final call. I never pushed it on them actually. But when they saw then what I represent, oh, that was a cool perspective. Oh, that brother Young, man, hey, wow, where did you get that from? Again, I'm doing whatever I can do to make you ask a question. If I can make you ask, brother, damn, I thought you was in your 20s, man. Yeah, man, I'm 32. Damn. Man, what are you doing? There go the question. Where does this book called How to Eat to Live? I'm not even on it all the way. And this is what my result said. Would you like to read it? Yeah. But if I came to them up front, hey, man, I got How to Eat to Live, book 1 and 2. You need this right here, black man. I don't need this. See? But when I can show and you can show a result of it, that's what I want. They want the result, not the book. But the book is going to get them the result. So we got to find out we have to find out the problem. This is why I believe it's called the problem book. These are our problems in a mathematical equation. So we have to study like we did back in the day. They would study, and this is how we was able to write history in advance, because we looked at the thoughts of the people. But one thing, when I used to give my lectures to help the brothers out, I said, do you know that this world has made it easier to do what we used to have to do as wise scientists, studying the thoughts of the people? That's how we was able to write history 25,000 years in advance. I said, when you go to Facebook, what is the first thing you see when you open up Facebook? Do y'all know? Somebody tell me. When you open up Facebook, before you make a post, what does it ask you? Come on, y'all.
What's on your mind?
What's on your mind? So instead of us having to be like them, studying the thinking of the people, we ain't there yet. We ain't eating clean enough to be able to do all that. But On Facebook, I can see what's on the people's mind by what they post about. So if I want to get their attention, I may not need to bring up, brother, you seen the final call? It got the great wheel on the front. Man, they ain't trying to hear nothing about no wheel. They don't know about the wheel right now. That's too deep for them. Say, man, you seen Sexy Red, da 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 da, and you breaking it down in a way for them to understand. They say, damn, OG real like a mother. Say, man, say. Then you're starting to win friends. And when they start to respect your perspective, I bet you they'll read a little bit of the book then. I bet you they'll read a little bit of Message to the Black Man then. So that's my way, or suggestion or answer to the question is we have to know where they at. As the Supreme Wisdom lesson said, we have to speak the language of them. And how can we reach them on their level if we don't know what's going on? So it's not that we got to be consumed in the gossip because we want to be in God, but we got to know at least a little bit about what's going on to just be relatable. And I'm giving you the teaching. You just don't know I'm giving you the teachings. See? AB and Dean. I just made a post about that. That post got way more views than my post with me just trying to give them the truth. Right now, a post I made with Anthony Broner and Dean, I don't even know if y'all elders know who I'm even talking about. Two streamers, 101,000 views in less than 13 hours, and I got plenty of people that follows me. Well, guess what they see when they follow me? The minister. Guess what they're going to see when they follow me? The teachings and current events and things of that nature. So I was able to get their attention by commenting on, giving commentary on current events, something that they can relate to. A lot of them saying, man, that's real. Say, man, so now they like, man, that's a cool perspective. So now when they going through something in their life and they going through something with discipline or something, they hit you up. Say, man, I'm dealing with such and so and so and so. But the way that they found me was through boxing, something about boxing. It wasn't, I'm trying to teach them about the 15,000 years. No. So that's what I've seen has been successful. So the BBLs, imagine if at that time you was educated about the BBLs. Say, man, but I know them BBLs be looking, but have you seen, dear sisters and brothers, have y'all seen those, what's going on with their bodies when they have to get that BBL removed from their body? How it's even has killed people before and has left them with sickness. Have y'all seen how it's becoming a trend? Do y'all know Stormy Wellington? Have y'all heard of her? Yeah, she made millions. Y'all, you heard of her, right? Yeah, she said that she had to get hers removed. Yeah, she got that stuff removed, man. She said, I mean, I know that attention, but man, the stuff that it caused. Matter of fact, y'all, let me go to Instagram real quick, dear bro. Y'all got Instagram? Yeah, man. Man, let me pull it up for you, man. Look at this right here, man. What y'all think about this? See, I'm asking them the question. You see? So I'm putting it back on. And man, y'all seen this right here, man. What y'all think about that, man? I know it look good, but man, have y'all. And then they get in this, they say, man, say, damn, what's that? So what's they putting in there? And then you able to educate them and you still in the conversation. It ain't got to be about how beautiful it look and how jiggly it look, but you bringing a righteous, a conscious perspective, but you able to still stay in the conversation. Now it's not final call or booty, you see. It's now I'm still able to be in a conversation because I'm educated about what's going on in the world. And when we finish, after I give you my perspective, you may ask me about the paper or where I kind of got this wisdom from. See, it's just being skillful. So that's what I would say. That would be my response. Anybody?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Very helpful. One follow up. Are you able to help me to develop some type of, I don't want to call it just an app, but it might be where when you're talking to the brothers, they can scan something and then it'll allow you to get their email, their phone number, you give your information. You can have some other things on the app where if they wanted to donate, you may have different
videos and topics on there or whatever. But is there some type of one-stop shop that the FOI can have where they can scan that and you can get the person's information, keep in contact with them, and begin to build those type of relations from the phone?
Yeah, I mean, you know, me and my team could build something like that from scratch. I don't have anything readily available. I definitely, we can build it if somebody needed us to. But in the meantime, this is what, like your QR codes are. You know, you get somebody and they interested. You can have them scan a QR code and they can sign up to a form. You know, they get a name, email, and phone number, basically sign up to maybe like a newsletter. However, that's still, you're going to have to probably build a relationship with that first and then kind of get somebody to give you their name, email, and phone number. But that is the easiest way in versus you having to remember, write it down. You know, some people even got those, like if you scan something, it give you their contact. It'll put your contact directly in their phone. Vice versa, something like that. So I'm pretty sure y'all have experienced that where somebody may have a card, like a little key card, and they say scan this right here, and when you scan it, it'll populate your information. So that's something that you could possibly you know, do as well in the meantime before having like a site. But a CRM system is basically what you're referring to, because that CRM system can store their name, their email, their phone number, things of that nature, and then you can follow up with them. So that's definitely what I would do, and that's what I had. It was a CRM. So when you sign up, you know, I may show a video and say, hey, if you want to learn more, text Nation to 214 da 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 da, and when they text that puts them on the list. So when I send, so weekly I'll send out videos. Weekly I'll send out the final call, because that's them saying I want to learn because they're opting into it. And then what Sister Sunshine just put in the chat for you, that's one. And yeah, it's called Blink. Yeah, so one, I think I've used that one before, Blink. And it'll have your bio, your picture. And when they scan it, it can populate your Instagram, your contact information, all that good stuff. And then usually when I scan somebody else stuff, they'll say, okay, yeah, just lock me in and text me. You know, so you can do the same thing. They'll lock you in because all your information, all they got to do is hit a button and it scans and puts their information in there. And then you just say, man, just shoot me a text, little bro. But don't leave it on them to text you later. I would say for conversions, make sure you get the text right then. You get it. Shoot me a text right now, man. Let me make sure I got you locked in. And now y'all, boom, y'all good to go. So that's how I would use the modern technology to do that. Yes, sir. Well, all right, family. I thank y'all for tuning in to this week's Power Call, and I will see you guys, inshallah, on Friday. Assalamu alaikum, and y'all have a blacktastic day.
Is Brother Ben here? Brother Ben. Now, Ben got a heck of a program. A lot of people listening to Brother Ben. And Ben tells them about the minister. And Ben tells them about the minister.